And so to present you my festival. MENT Festival is a 3-day showcase festival with a dedicated concert program and also a music conference. And well, the festival was born back in 2014 when I was not part of the team yet. And it was born with the support of the Cultural Center Kino Šiška, which is the venue where also the festival takes place. And well, in 2017, MENT Festival received the European Festival Award for Best Indoor and Best Small Festival. So we had like this happy moment when we received this. And well, another happy moment was the 6th edition, which was last year. And it took place exactly 1 year ago in February, and it was practically sold out all 3 nights. And so it was probably one of the last successful music festivals before the pandemic hit Europe. And it was attended by more than 5,800 visitors. So this was really the most successful edition so far. But to give you an idea how the festival works, basically each year the festival takes place from Wednesday until Friday, and we have usually we have a more famous headliner on Wednesday at Kino Šiška at the opening night, and then on Thursday and Friday we have concerts all over the city over at various locations and clubs. And to give you some statistics, in 2020 we hosted 80 acts from 26 different countries, and they performed at 13 different venues across Ljubljana. So this was the largest number of venues so far. And in general, we try to focus on local, regional, and Eastern European scenes, especially from the Balkans and the Central European region. But we also host various bands from Western Europe and the UK, and from time to time, I think even from the States. And well, as I mentioned, MENT also has this more or less famous international music conference, which focuses on the music industry and creative sector. And last year it was attended by 650 delegates from 37 countries. And every year we host music professionals from all over the world. They come from various festivals, labels, music agencies, concert promoters, venues, PR agencies, export offices, and so on. So basically the whole network of the music industry is covered. And the conference is usually attended by regional professionals, especially from the neighboring countries like Croatia, Serbia, Macedonia, as well as countries like Austria, the Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary, and even Germany. And well, the overall impression that we get from music journalists and visitors, both professional and music fans, is that this is a festival that usually exceeds expectations, basically because we try to shift our focus almost every year. And every year, visitors get the opportunity to discover both fresh sounds and unfamiliar music scenes. For example, last year, 2 of the guests were British band Black Country New Road, who just released their debut album, I think, 2 days ago, to great acclaim, I must add. And we also had the Belarus post-punk phenomenon Molcha Doma, with whom we recorded a music video, which is available on YouTube. And it has now more than 1 million views just in, I think, in a year or even less. So this was one of the most successful collaborations with the band that played that band so far. And well, the journalists also praise the festival's organization and also the fact that this is a rather atypical showcase festival because it kind of has a different character. It is more focused on the music program and on the whole experience. And to finish up, MENT is also a member of the Innovation Network of Showcase Festivals, INES, which includes 18 European festivals, and we collaborate with them on a regular basis.
Thank you, Jascha.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So we will continue to Martin to check Yeah. Is Martin here and ready?
I hope he's here. Hello, everyone. Really great seeing you. Well, to be honest, yeah, I can speak about an event, but that will be the next step. But as of us, we are an export office. We are a music export office. That means that our aspect is much more about help to boost Czech artists and also help to link businesses from Czech Republic, also clubs, venues, live events, and so on, to international peers. So I'm not sure how many of you are like familiar with the term and the activities of export offices. The aim is usually to not to do managements for bands, but to help them to get from one point to the other. So we are lobbying at the showcasing events to have as many spots as possible for artists, or trying to link the managements to international ones, doing different education activities like this Friday, for instance. And I have to tell you, please come on board. We are having a mental health workshop, quite interesting one actually, from 4 o'clock with really good colleagues, and also a colleague of Goriana, Lina from PIN, will be there. So it's already a HEMI related thing. Secondly, the way why we actually joined HEMI was to have some help and be more present at this region, and also to have more constant partnership with partners like MENT or PIN and or Athens Music Week, and have a year-long collaboration. That's one part. The other part is that aside of the bands and new artists, there are so many companies that could actually offer services and many good things that should help get help. Of course, I'm not putting the aspect of the coronavirus at this moment, because I think we will have enough time to speak about what that means. But that's an all new lens on all the activities. One thing is for sure: when we joined HEMI, we agreed also to have an event. We brainstormed what would be the best way to have an event in Czech Republic. There are already running showcase events. I used to be the director of Nouvelle Prague conference, but the conference goes strongly on without me. But the only thing what we didn't want is to have another event in Prague, not to create some clashes in between, and also to help the scene as much as possible. So the idea was that last year we made the first time digital version of a collaborative effort that called Central Party. The Central Party was a Central Eastern European gathering at Eurosonic and Reeperbahn and other international events. The aim there was to bring different countries together and have the artists playing, and so together we are able to bring more professionals in. What is happening this year, September, is that we found a fantastic city that many of you heard of. It's Brno. It's one of the most active and artistically vivid Czech cities. It's very close to Bratislava and Vienna. And after the Waves conference, the 16th and 17th of September, we will do an event. We will make a showcase conference, a small one, very much related to this region. We are also having now a discussion. So this is very new. So kind of, I'm telling you secrets because this is exactly what's happening in the background. We are having discussions with other offices and also the Music Managers Forum. So there will be a regional music managers meeting and showcase. And also another interesting aspect is that we are collaborating with the Brno Club Association, who wanted to have a small showcase event as well. So the 16th and 17th of September in Brno, after Waves Vienna and before Reeperbahn Festival, we will have another Central Party, first time on its own name as a physical version, called Central Sound. And ask if anything, because I think in terms of our activities, there's way too much and I can speak for hours, and you don't want that.
Thank you, Martin. Looks like if we're lucky in the autumn, we have to have a little bit of a tour in the region. There's so much going on.
The reason for the date, just to add it, is that I believe that that will be still, even in the worst case scenario, some kind of green light. End of the summer, we will still try to make it. So yeah, we all barrack for it.
Great. I am now actually up next, I see. So I have a bit of a presentation. I will share it now and try to be quick as well. Can you see it? Yeah, good. So yeah, I'm following Martin with, I'm from Music Estonia, so also actually an export office in Estonia. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about Tallinn Music Week. That is our good neighbor who we also collaborate with, and that is a showcase festival and conference. Oh, jumping over. Yeah, Tallinn Music Week started in 2008. It's a music showcase and music conference. And it has shifted a little bit towards being a city festival as well, but still going strong with focus on music. Music Estonia is a little bit younger, started in 2014 by 27 Estonian music companies. So we're a bit of an association, a development organization, and an export office here in Estonia. So our aim is to contribute in any way into the development of Estonian music industry, to support the music entrepreneurs and help them grow their skills and networks, and overall help to create a more sort of professional, innovative, and internationally active and competitive music scene. So what do we do to make that happen? We organize development programs, delegations to international showcase festivals and fairs. We also organize songwriting camps, we participate in international collaboration projects. We partner with Tallinn Music Week on the conference side. We organize seminars. We also started a music entrepreneurship course with a music school in Tallinn in 2019. So now it's on its second year. And sort of after we got that running on the first year, it's now sort of given over to the school. We also have internship programs, and we have Live Music Estonia, that is sort of a branch of Music Estonia that is more focused on the live music scene, the venues, organizers, festivals, etc. Here I have a bit about ongoing development programs and collaboration. So we have AMP, that is sort of directed at music companies. So they have, for 15 months, they have mentors, they have a program to sort of workshop program going on, and they also get some support for their international activities. We have a program that now is going to its second phase. We're now working on an application for this Baltic Artists in Development, that is for DIY artists and managers. Together, we are working on the second phase now with Sweden, Poland, and Ukraine. We also just started this project, Small Music Festivals Accelerator, that is directed at sort of peripheral music festivals to develop them. Also, we're part of Global Music Match, that is also going into its second phase now. That is something that was sort of born during the Corona time to help artists still grow their audiences together, connecting them across the world with different artists and their audiences. Internship program, HEMI, and also we're part of European Talent Exchange program. We go to different showcases. We organize delegations to them, to the fairs as well. So here are some Reeperbahn, Womax, Eurosonic, Just Ahead, Classical Next that we do each year. And there are many others that we sometimes go to as it happens. Yes, Tallinn Music Week, we are the conference partner there. We organize discussion panels, workshops, mentoring sessions. We do meetup events. We invite a lot of international delegates to the event, and also we have our networking area there as well. Here's a bit about organizational involvement. We're part of European Music Exporters Exchange and other things, and Tallinn Music Week. Here are the last year's dates. The new dates are 6th to 9th of May. Hopefully we will happen somehow in real life, but we will see. Here's a bit about the future of the festival, but probably most likely this year it will still happen in hybrid format. Something about the numbers, but the most important thing I want to say about Tallinn Music Week is that definitely jump over, you meet the region, you meet people from Russia, from Nordics, from Baltics. And here you can see a photo from the hybrid format where we had people joining online, people watching the sessions online here as well. You can see how.
Thank you, Martin. Sorry.
And also shout out to Lexol.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Greece.
Hello from north to south. So as for the other partners, I prepared some presentations, which as I will send them to you, I'm not going to spend much time on this, but to tell you a few words about Technopolis. So first of all, Technopolis is a private owned municipal company. What does it mean? It's an anonymous company of that belongs to the municipality of Athens. Can everybody see my screen? Move the heads. Martin, I see you. Do you see my screen? Yes, thank you. So Technopolis is an old gas factory. It's one of the only one remaining in Europe. It's a huge space of 25,000 square meters, where you have approximately 1 million visitors per year. And the aim of the venue is a multicultural venue, meaning that you have more than 25 music festivals, 30 expos, and so many creative and educative events that are happening here all around the year. There has been a transformation of this site, part of it as a gas museum. And there is the Innovathens, which is the reason why we met and collaborated together with Technopolis, because I'm also, like from Martin, wearing some other hats. And Innovathens is the first accelerator for creative and cultural industries. As I said, I will send you the presentation so that you can see all these details if you care. Now, one of the main aspects of Technopolis is that it is in the heart of the city. You can come with the metro. So there's a big jauge, as we say in France, a space, an open air space where you can have until 5,000 persons. And we set a stage there so that most of the, let's say, boutique festivals can rent the place with full equipment, with tickets, with bars and everything. And they can rent actually a stage that you can see here on the right. In terms of productions, here you can see some of the events that have been taking place in Technopolis. As solely produced events, the main music event that Technopolis is doing is the Athens Technopolis Jazz Festival, which celebrated his 20th anniversary in 2020. Well, it was not really a very good celebration, as you can imagine, because it was in May, so it was postponed. And for the second consecutive year, last year, was the Athens Music Week. Now, about the Athens Music Week, I also, as for Vlajcha, took this little video so that you can have a little visit of what we did last year. Because the Athens Music Week is actually a 2-year-old showcase festival and city break festival. The idea is that we are actually producing this in the end of June, knowing that so many other nice showcases around Europe are already providing a lot of networking opportunities for people from Eastern and Western Europe. Our main idea here, as for Tallinn Music Week, is for us to connect the Balkans and East Med, Turkey, Israel, Lebanon, slowly. And in 2019, which was our first year, was a difficult year because we had elections. We had a lot of difficulties to to manage and do something, because actually it was held in 2 months, because we are partners of the JUMP European Music Market Accelerator, and we thought it was finally an opportunity to create the first ever showcase, festival, and conference in Greece. In 2020, thanks to HEMI, we decided to actually do it digitally, meaning in April, we didn't know if we could have people joining the venue, at least from Greece. And we made all the events in spaces where audiences could come, but as it happened, nobody was allowed, not even the musicians, to come and record the events, which was not that easy. Here, by the way, on the background, you will recognize some people that are here today. I think Feng Shui, Lucia, amongst other, joined last year. In few words, 2020 will happen. We are entering a full lockdown here. We don't know what will happen physically, but once again, we'll produce an event which normally should have approximately 20 panels, 30 workshops, a lot of speed meetings. We are investing a lot in a new platform. It will not be as nice as Eurosonic, I guess, because we don't have 150,000, but we will try our best to at least produce some networking opportunities electronically. Joel, do I have 1 more minute or I'm done?
Minutes, not seconds.
Seconds.
10.
So yes, we are the organizers together with Technopolis with the Music Week. This happens together with the European Music Day, and the Music Day in Athens only is something like 300 mini showcases. That's
Okay,
it.
thank you, George.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I guess it's me, not?
Yes, it's your turn, Jolt.
Thank you.
I'm going to take your time then.
Thank you. Thank you. I will be short. So the MHRS, the almost famous music business school, is the single school in the HEMI family. So we are a private company here in Hungary, and our school is established by professionals from Sziget Festival and the music business. So our goal in HEMI is to reach more people in our region and to help them to get more knowledge from the music business. In Hungary, we have the single accepted paper from a music school that proves that you are a professional in the music market. It means that a manager, a booking agent, or promoter or something. So our goal is to reach the same at European level, to start with the Central and Eastern European countries. So our teachers are coming from the music profession. It means from the biggest festivals and labels and promotion agencies. So if you'd like to know more about the music business and learn something from the management, promotion, the booking activities, or just as an artist, you'd like to know more from the copyrights, etc., that's your place. We managed in the past 10 years a lot of workshops and panel discussions with pretty important people from the music business, from the biggest festivals. And I think that we can gather all of the knowledge and all of the important people from the music industry to teach all of you. So if you have some questions about our activities, I will send the presentation and you can reach me. Thank you.
That was very quick. Thank you. So next up, we have Goriana, North Macedonia. Yeah?
Hi all. I will be quick as well, not like the last time, 11 minutes. Okay, so I should share the screen, just a moment. Yes, so you can all see? Okay, so hi, I'm Gorjana, and I'm now presenting Password Production, which is also a private company based in Skopje, Macedonia. So Password is basically above 20 years old music production house, and it's one of the biggest music production houses in Macedonia, which also operates internationally, and it's basically acting like a kind of private expert bureau. So we organized more than 1,000 international acts, to name few, like Kraftwerk, Iggy Pop, and Andre Rieu as well last year. So our festivals, we do a lot of them. The first that I will present is Taxirat Festival, which is old as same as the company. So Taxirat, it's like a brand because it builds so many. It builds the people's memories. So it's like 20 years old festival, and it's happening in the winter. Usually it's all in the past was only one day event, which was happening at the night, but during the past years it's a 10-day event that culminates with the last day when we have all the international acts coming, like big stars. And the days before we have only shows and gigs happening every day. So this is a Taxirat Festival in numbers. We had more than 2,100 people, like visitors, and you can see some of the names that we hosted. So actually part of Taxirat Festival, PIN is part of Taxirat Festival. So Taxirat Festival starts with PIN Music Conference, which is happening at the end of November, so the last weekend of November. And PIN, it's international music conference that in 2020 will have its 8th edition. Here we, I mean, in this event, we our idea was to bring fresh music from outside Europe, and most importantly, to educate our artists and music professionals on the themes of music business and music industry. So basically to bring them a little bit of fresh air from the European scene. So this year, because we were unable to make the event physically, we made PIN TV, and PIN TV was a really great success. You can actually see it on our Facebook page on PIN Music Conference or Taxirat Festival, and it was the first TV format dedicated to the music industry. So we interviewed around 150 people from the whole European and world music industry, and we talked with them on a very critical themes and issues that were happening now in this COVID period. And we basically made this small, not so small actually, big big community, and people were here to talk and to open about these themes. So you can see that online. Another one, it's Skopje Beer Festival, which Password was doing. This is actually a city festival, but we were doing on behalf of the city. And we did it one time, and actually we were supposed to do it also this year, but the pandemic stopped us. Another one, the festival. The festival, which is our summer festival, and it's the most biggest one that we are organizing. It lasts for 3 days. It has a summer camp. It has 5 stages. It has all kinds of different varieties of music. So basically you have world music, you have different stages dedicated to different kinds of musics, and it's a very, very interesting and very creative festival, because it's not only dedicated to music, it's dedicated to activism, to artists as well. I mean, artists are also taking place at the event, so it's a very nice and jolly festival, and basically it's a brand and the most loved youth festival in our country. Here you can see about the other dimensions of the festival. So we have like a post-art zone.
Gorjana,
Okay, sorry.
Thank you very much.
Sorry. And one more Green Beach Festival, which is electronic festival that we do also in summer. Thank you.
Thank you. Almost in time. But next up, I think we have KBF and Maya. Is that so?
Yes. Hi, guys. Just give me a second. Can you see my screen?
Goriana, can you please stop sharing your screen?
It's on. Now it should be on.
Can you see the full screen or only like the... Okay, so I will start in what we're doing because we are the Krakow Festival office. And there are two different names. So the first name is Krakow Festival Office, which is KFO, and it's international. And there is a KBF, which is the translations to Poland, Krakowskie Biuro Festiwalowe. So we're a municipal cultural institutions. So we work for creative industries development. We're at support the business, cultural tourism, the meeting industry, the leisure industry. And actually we get a variety of fields that we are operating on. So we're doing, operating on educational, literature, music, visual performing arts, tourism, local communities, film, and also the businesses. I will give you a short what we're doing, what is our mission, and what what kind of festivals we organize, and then I will tell you a bit more about the event that is a part of HEMI. So our mission is to support the local initiative and the local culture. We're trying to give the support mechanism and mostly on the fields where local community needs our help, but also we're trying to go through our values, which is the quality of the events, the opens and the cooperation, because on every festival try to cooperate with the local music scene and the local artists. So there are also a diversity and quality, the local patriotism, the entrepreneurship, and the public service, because as a public institution, we still have to remember that we're doing everything for the city of Krakow. There are short goals we want to achieve in both the culture, the support mechanism that we're doing for the local community and the services, but I will skip it up as you can just simply go through it later on. So we're doing everything to create the Krakow as the creative city, which is more or less what the Greg Clark said in his phases of creative city. Right now, I believe we're on phase 3 with long-term strategies, investment, and innovations. But this also is for you, so you can go through it. During the KBF participation in the local scene, it was started in 1990, so it's almost 31 years old so far. And during this time, we've been a part of a lot of international activities. We are operating the UNESCO City of Literature, and we're doing a lot of international projects, which one of them is, of course, HEMI. And this is what we do. So we work on the creative areas of the festivals, music, film, literature, performing arts, the celebration, the tourism and cultural information, and international congress and conferences. So in the numbers, we have almost 600 events per year in our portfolio. We are operating 80 brands related to Krakow's cultures and the festival. We are organizing 12 major festivals in the city and a lot of local celebrations. We are a member or 9 international networks, but this amount is still growing up. And this is more or less the number what we are doing and what we are operating. And now I will show you a couple of festivals we're doing. So we are operating in a different fields and branches of music. So start with the Baroque music, which is extremely a niche part of culture, as well as the opera, which is mostly directed for the classical music, and the Wianki, which is one of the biggest open air events in Poland, and it's inspired by Fedela music. And this is what is a part of HEMI and what we can do. And I will show you a quick video. I will try to skip the, I will try to skip the, I'm not sure. Can you hear me? Stop share. Okay, and I will change the screen so I can speak once again. Okay, so the Wianki, which is a part of Fedela music, is our main festival that we're organizing in the June, which is closely to the June 21st. Is a part.
Maya, sorry,
yes?
I have to interrupt you.
Okay, so we'll send you the whole presentation where you can see the order of the festivals that we organized. And
okay, thank you.
Just give me a second. Okay, stop sharing. Yes.
Very strict. So now, Tomek, Krakow music scene.
Yes, hello. Let me just share it. All right. So Krakow, I'm from Krakow Music Scene Foundation, which is an NGO based in Krakow. We're a relatively small organization. As you can see, there's only 5 of us. So, and Michał and me, the 2 guys on the top of that, we started the whole thing. We're both musicians playing in the same band called Cinnamon. Feel free to check us on YouTube, small auto promotion. So, but the reason I say it is that I want to highlight that we know how it's like to struggle with all those things you guys struggle with. What we do as an organization, it's several things, as you can see. Oh, sorry. I'm not gonna read all of that. The 2 things are the most important in our activities. The first thing is a showcase festival and a conference called Tak Brzmi Miasto. It's obviously it's in Polish. We thought about translation, but if even George learned how to pronounce it, then there is no point in translation into English. We started the conference in 2012, and since 2016, the conference has a main subject every year. So we had like export, cooperation, education, finance, and future in the last year, which was online, of course. Here you can see how it looked like, and we have, you know, shiny, happy people. So it's at the moment the biggest showcase festival and the conference in Poland, but at the same time it's quite small. When we were operating as in real life, there was like 200 participants plus 100 of experts and professionals. So relatively small. We can talk to each other, have a beer, and you know, just hang around. So this is the conference. We also have a part of the conference. It's about 30 discussion panels, workshops, and stuff like that. So it's quite rich in its program. And we have a small showcase part also. Usually around 10 bands are playing. So not a big thing, but still quite important. And a part of that, we have quite a big educational program called Tak Brzmi Miasto Incubator. It's being held in usually 4 or 5 cities every year. We're just about to start the 3rd edition in 2 weeks. So it's usually 420 participants. So quite a big program for you know 3 months long workshops and stuff like that. Here you can see some pictures from the summer camp being held in August. So those are the activities, but what I want to say is two things that I'm particularly proud of. The first thing is those numbers. You can read them. I mean, I would say I'm very proud of them. It's quite impressive, I would say. And the second thing I'm particularly proud of is that all three Polish bands who are here now already played at Tak Miasto, so we know them. And yeah, I hope you guys will conquer the world. If any questions, the presentation will be sent. Feel free to contact us whenever you'll be in Poland. Let's hope we'll be able to travel soon. So yeah, see you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tomek. That was a good insight and really, really impressive feedback from the people. So nicely done.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Anka.
Hello, everyone, again. Okay. Let me show you my beautiful presentation. Come on, go get away. Okay, slideshow. That's nice. Good. So, Mastering the Music Business is our event. It's an international music business conference, and this year it's gonna take place 18 to 20 May. It's gonna be the 6th edition. Here are a few highlights of our speakers. We are really proud of what we're gonna have this year. For the first time, we have Spotify in our conference, because Spotify has come to Romania at the end of 2018. We will have Steve Vai and Jordan Rudess, two really big artists and important artists that we're gonna talk about how they are going through pandemics, and then people from two very important festivals, Summerfest from the US and Sziget Festival, and also a professor from Berklee College of Music. And these are only a few of what's coming up. About Mastering the Music Business, it was founded in 2016. And our mission is to support the development of the music sector and connect the Romanian professionals and artists with the rest of the world. We are supporting and promoting the artistic value, the professionalism, and the work ethics. And we have created European partnerships with several music business conferences from Europe. Okay. We placed Romania on the European music business map because we became pretty soon known all over Europe. And since 2016, we have had 340 speakers, over 1,000 delegates, 52 local and international artists in our showcase festival. And as we had an online edition last year. It has gathered more than 15,000 views and reached 40,000 people. Some of our organizers have been invited to speak at several international conferences, which is a good thing because we are again promoting Romania and the artists and the professionals from our country. And really happy to tell you that we are publishing the first music business magazine in Romania called Mastering the Music Business Magazine. You can also find it on our website. We usually print it and give it away for free to the music business delegates and other professionals in Romania and abroad. We help the industry unite because we think that it is very important for music business professionals to get united in trade associations. So we created, or we were involved or helped creating a few trade associations in Romania in the last 2 years, which was proved to be very useful during the pandemics because it's easier for a trade association to go and lobby the government and the Ministry of Culture. We are involved in 2 European projects via Romanian Artists Worldwide Association, which is the NGO that is organizing the conference. One of the projects, it's HEMI that you know, and the other one called MEWEM, it's a mentoring program for women entrepreneurs in the music industry, also international project. Very nice, we just started it this year. These are a few of our past speakers. We always try to bring relevant professionals to our music business conference, people that you cannot usually get in touch with. And by coming to the conference, they are more easily to talk to, and they are also coming to meet new people. So win-win situation. Yeah, people usually like our conference. These are a few testimonials after the 2019 edition. A little bit of our showcase festival. We started.
And thank you.
Okay. That was the last one anyway. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. And Vlacha.
Hello, everyone. This is me, Vlacha from Novi Sad, and I'm here to speak you about Exit. And Exit is not just a festival, it's not just the foundation, it's a name given to a nice event that lasted for 100 days 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago, in the year 2000 on the Danube of Novi Sad. Some kids came together and organized something, and that was the first Zero Exit, as it was called. After that, 20 years later, I'm here in HEMI speaking to all of you, and very proud to be a part of all that and to have seen what has become, because before that year 2000 there were some different times. Novi Sad was like a point on the map that was not well known. After that, after Exit, and today Novi Sad is like a point on the map. Serbia has a new nice brand, well known, and I'm very, very proud that I'm one of the cogwheels in that beautiful organization. And you received, it is very easily to learn about the Exit. We are so much like on YouTube, on all social media, virtual wise, just Google it and you will learn a lot of stuff. Also, all of you will receive this presentation and a short video. So I will try to sum up things just to see what kind of partner we are and what are the opportunities for all of you as artists. So the majority of my speech will totally be about the festival, you know, and that's the most thing. But we are not only the festival. We try to become, we already are in some manner, but we try to become a platform for creative industries, because a lot of events have been organized. We started similar, smaller than Exit, of course, but similar festivals that would probably grow if COVID stops eventually. And we organized one-off events, various conferences. We try to participate in a lot of projects. We have participated with a lot of projects trying to connect with Europe, with America, with the whole of the world, to be there, to be present, to acquire knowledge for us to be better as organizers and as people, and then to have more to give to everyone. And the part that you are interested probably is to give to the artists, to give them quality, to give them knowledge, to give them good experiences, trying to uphold our own local scene, trying to send them to be more mobile around the world, and more seen. At one point, perhaps some export office of Serbia will emerge, perhaps some new labels will emerge, something will emerge, and I think that we are very good ground for all of that emergence. Exit is well known. We received a lot of rewards. These are the biggest ones. We are praised by the foreign media over these 20 years. We've been present in various organizations. Exit is beautiful because of this fortress also, not only because of the music and the people. The venue is fantastic. It's like something. So I hope this July we will be able to have some like physical event. If not, 1 year, this pandemic cannot last forever. So 1 year will be that year that you have to arrive. It's something that you don't want to miss. If you're coming to Novi Sad, you will go to the fortress. But if not so often you're coming, then come when the exit is, and then you will see it in its full glory. We are a big festival. We are 55,000 people per day, 4 days. Back in the day, we had a run of 9 days. After those 100 days, 9 days was very hard. So 4 days for this size of the event is very cool. Those like more than 40 zones, most of them, not all of them live stages, but like sound systems and something interesting for the audience to see. But some of the stages are really big. We are proud of very diverse music genres that we accommodate, various artistic types. We used to have a theater, I'm experimenting with that, but we were too loud for that. Movies, theater, classical movies, jazz, everything goes and passes as society changes, as the audience needs something, you have to bring them that too, but also to educate them. We are hosting a lot of great growth. Okay, we created so many more events that I spoke about in neighboring countries. I hope that this will continue and that they will not die during this COVID. We are still alive and fighting. So if we survive, it will be something. It will be very good.
Okay, Vlaša, thank you. That was perfect.
Yeah. So just Google Exit and you'll see.
Thank you.
Stop share. Stop share.
Okay, thank you so much for everyone who was presenting. Yorgos, maybe I can give it over to you. Are we going to be taking questions now?
Yorgos says yes.
All right, guys. Basically, I guess the idea that was in the heads of Scholt and Yorgos before was that perhaps because we were so late last time and we were trying to have some time this time, that we could talk to each other a little bit and see if there are questions from the previous sessions. I am sure that now, since there was such strict timekeeping, there are some things maybe that were unanswered. So I would just really like to open the floor for anyone to jump in and just like take it super easy. It's there are no stupid questions, as we know. So just if you want to just open your mic and ask a question, or maybe to keep it more neat, you can also on the reactions raise your hand. And we already see Woodstock Barbie.
Esther just did. Yes, you have the button on the right at reactions. You can have the button with raise your hands. Esther.
Thank you. Hi. I would like to know, I mean, if you can talk about it a bit more, that how you choose emerging bands, like really small young bands, young talents. What are you looking for in terms of genres or in terms of followers? What platforms are you following when you are checking a band? So things like that.
So this is a question for basically
for
festivals. Yeah. All right. How are we going to do it? Maybe since I see Anka here. Oh, Vlacha, actually, go ahead. Yeah.
Anka, do you want to go first or something?
You also have 1 minute to answer.
Yeah.
There is a lot of people that is doing the selection of the program. Sorry, say. You wanted to say something, Anka? There is a lot of people there is a lot of people doing the selection of the program, and they are constantly working, and they are divided in our organization by genres. Usually you want always something fresh, something that is like on the radio, somebody tells, hey, this is good. Somebody has like a big peak trending in Facebook or very big peak in YouTube's. That's something that you have to have. But when you're looking for upcoming bands, then you look at your headliners, you know what's available out there, you know what you can and what you have already booked. And then you book accordingly for certain days. So you have a story connected with the headliner of that stage, like a co-headliner, and then usually all the smaller bands will be the similar music genre, and that's how it is chosen. Usually we choose like really a lot because we have a lot of slots.
Juliana?
No. I just wanted to jump in and say, can we have Anka wanted to also comment on that? So let's just let her speak as well.
So we are really picky with choosing artists for our festival, and we are actually each year receiving over almost 600 applications, and we have to choose like 18 to 20 artists. So basically we have to be very thorough, and what we are interested to see is the live act. So we are always asking for recent live videos, and I mean live, also recorded live, not enhanced after, you know, edited or something like that. So we want to need the raw live performance. Of course, the music itself, it's very important, but also we are looking for the online presence of the artist, like how does the Facebook page look? How does the Instagram profile look? Are they organized? Are they updated frequently? How is the engagement going? I mean, do they have likes and, you know, comments and people are engaging with them? And we are also looking at the way they are constructing their EPKs, their bios, how their photo looking, if they're professional photos, also if they know how to, you know, to make a stage plot, if they send a really good stage plot for the concert. And this is mainly what we are looking after. Even more than, I mean, we are interested also in numbers in social media, like how many followers and likes and whatever. But we are more interested in the content that they are posting and in the engagement with their audiences. And that was me.
Thank you, Anka. I'm just gonna very quickly ask if also Maya or Tomek or
very happy.
Yeah.
That's the curse and the bless of being a small festival. We choose the bands we like to hear. That's it. The result is that if we book 12 bands, we want to see all of them, and we have to like run from one concert to another, and we never see the full show. So that's the curse of it. But the beauty is that we just book whatever we like. That's it.
Okay, Tomek, but does that mean that you have some kind of a genre restrictions?
Not at all. Not at all.
No?
No.
Okay, all about good music.
Yeah.
Maya?
Yes, so I think like in our situation is a bit similar, but as we have 5 stages and every single one is dedicated to the specific genres and they're all openers, and the one, so we firstly use choosing the headliner and go headliner, and then based on that we're trying to fulfill the lineup accordingly to our music taste and to our feel. So what we want to see, what we want to hear, and what we think might be tricky, not what be interested for the people, and what will be fresh and new, because this is also very important. So when we are creating the lineup for 5 stages, we're trying to put it all in it. But as it goes for the debut artists, usually we go to their Facebook page. First, we go if we really like the music or not, and then go to all the details at Anka says, that if they're active on the Facebook or SoundCloud or Bandstand. So this, I think all of it's really important, but the personal taste of the booker is one of the most important issue here. So depending where you want to play and who's choosing, so and what kind of genres you're playing.
Thank you.
Just to go to Juliana, and we try to give maybe 2 answers by 2 persons max, so that we can have the nominees make more questions eventually. Juliana?
Yeah, I have 2 questions to all showcase festivals, to the part of the showcase festivals, which is showcase, not a conference. First question, do you arrange and take care of network opportunities for artists representatives with delegates? This is first question, which is because it's very important that the bands are investing a lot to come there, and they are coming for the bookings. And the second question, do you track the results, the bookings, some deals which are happening during the showcase festivals? Thank you.
Yes, Anka, please.
Yes, we are very well aware of the fact that the artists are coming there for the bookings and to meet people. So we are organizing speed networking meetings. So artist representatives can apply and go to the speed meetings. But also, if they have a particular interest for a speaker, we are connecting them with no problem. And the second question was,
do you follow up?
Yeah. Well, for example, in 2019, one of the foreign artists participating at our showcase conference was booked right out of the stage for Live at Heart in Sweden. So yeah, we usually try and keep track of what's happening with the artists. Several Romanian artists were also booked for international showcases. We know more about them, but yeah, we try to keep track.
I would ask Martina or Goriana if you want to add something as Tallinn Music Week or as PIN Conference.
I would say that we don't have like a database that we can show for tracking the success and the bookings of the artists that visited PIN Conference, but we know of such bookings that actually happened at our conference. I mean, after that, we talk with the people and we are gathering that information. But it's a good idea that actually that should be done like somewhere in a database. Yeah, maybe in the future.
Yeah, I can answer. I mean, I don't think Juliana probably knows pretty well the Tallinn Music Week system. So yes, we do organize networking and like mentoring and speed meeting sessions, and also as much as we can, we try to keep track of what's happening with the artists as well, what has come from the showcases. Maybe what about Athens? No comments on that?
Well, we are too young to even dare to say that. The experience we had was to always do cocktail parties behind the backstage, because we think it's the best place for managers and promoters to meet. That's what we did in the past, and it worked. For example, Nouvelle Vague, we brought them for the first time. They are coming every year in Greece. We did this with many bands, which now sounds famous, of course, but when we booked them, they were not that famous. Okay, so for us, yes, it was more about networking in vivo in the backstage, like to put the people, the managers and the promoters together. We go to Serbia and Dogs in Kavala, I think. Who right?
Yeah, hi all. I have one local question. It's regarding our representative and Exit, the biggest festival. I was thinking, asking, was Exit ever thinking of doing some kind of showcase format, some kind of a showcase section, from Exit's perspective and organization, not necessarily in Novi Sad or maybe in Belgrade or in some other city in some other month? Was that ever in plan or something like this?
Yes. You remember that we had the Future Shock stage, and Future Shock stage lasted like for almost from the beginning of the festival. It lasted for like 12 years something. The problem is when you have like a lot of like popular stages, and then you put a stage with 12 slots per evening with really cool bands, and even invest a bit more to have like one headliner, somebody to bring the crowd. On the other 9 slots, you have like people playing in front of their friends and like perhaps 50, 60 people. And in open air, it's not cool. It's better to do that in a club. Some of the best showcase festival that I've been on are always in a club. It's intimate atmosphere, you know, it's very close. We were also the part of the CETE program. It is very similar to this HEMI stream. It's like ETEP, talent exchange program, but back in the day it was for Central East Europe. And we collected some of the bands and made some networking on the Fortress. We had a budget for that, and then the idea grew like, okay, we could do that, but we still have a lot to learn. But at one point it would be good. And somehow, to my opinion is, it shouldn't be the same days when the Exit is, you know, because even if we have a lot of agents are coming to the festival, they're following their own band that is playing, and we have like a lot of agents, but they are there for drinks, and if the gig is okay, they are not taking care, like looking somebody else. Okay, sometimes we are like proud of some of our bands and somebody, hey, we will drink beer in front of this stage at this time, and that's like personal lobbying for some of our bands. But it's like it's a sand in the one grain of sand in a dust storm. So it needs to be done properly, and I think it will over the years. But we are going that direction, you know. We are going in that direction.
I'm looking forward. Thank you.
Shall I go first to Sajja, Bitter Lemon, Esther, and we come back to you after?
Yeah, I'll be short. Just it's not a question for someone in particular. It could be for anyone of any of the representatives. We talked about a lot of markets and a lot of festivals here, and I think a vast majority of them said they are looking either for very popular foreign artists or for local acts. So I found myself often in a situation where I don't find us in any of those categories. What do you think is a position for a band who isn't even that much popular in its own country? What is the position of that band towards some festival that is not that close to them? Should we even look for those opportunities and try to get in those festivals, or should we focus more on our region? Like if we are from Serbia, focus more just on Slovenia, Croatia, North Macedonia, and not farther from there. Especially if we are like us singing in our own language.
Anka.
After that, yeah, because I'm sorry, I really said that we are looking at numbers on social media, but we are mostly looking at engagement. So you can have a few followers, but if they are really engaging with you, and the music is good, and the live performance is good, and you're presenting yourself in a proper manner, then yes, you are more than welcome at our showcase festival.
Speaking for us in Athens, it's a lot about taste, and it's not so much for us. It's not about your local engagement only. It's about your capacity, as Anka was saying, to have a whole package. If you have a distribution, if you have played live, and for us, it's if you fit in our local audience. I mean, there is let's say a need from a local audience to also slowly not only see English or overseas bands, and you know, if we can make up something from a band from Serbia or North Macedonia, it could be an asset, even if you are not very well known in Serbia. It would be more important that you are, I think, a pro band, as Anka said also before, that you have all the material. And I think it happens sometimes that a band can be more famous in another country than in their own country. No, nobody's a messiah in their own place, they say. It happens sometimes as well. Anyone else for Sajid Bitter Lemon? No, so I think
apply definitely.
Yes,
ACDC, one of the most important thing in their career, apart when they played every corner of America when they went over the seas. That's the song, The Highway to Hell, is dedicated to their first tour when they almost, like, one of them passed in a van because they didn't have enough water, and they played like 100 gigs before somebody noticed them. So it is always good to be booked and to be played. And when you go to these showcase festivals, you saw now that a lot of partners are actually showcase festivals. They have support, much better support than like a typical big musical festival like Exit. They have like very good support, networking stuff. So don't think about that. Hey, I'm playing in Serbia. Should I? No, you are confident. You play, your music is your heart, and you go and play, and you apply, and something will happen out of that.
Thank you all for your answers and for your hard efforts to pronounce our name. I really appreciate it.
We go back to Esther, and then it's Stavros from Transparent Man. Esther.
Thank you. This question is to Vladimir, actually. Nicola was asking if you are thinking about a showcase event, but there's Indirect Belgrade as a showcase festival and conference. Is it not fulfilling the space of a showcase in Serbia? Or do you work together?
It's new, it's growing. We have been participating in panels. Serbia is a small market, so we all know each other on some level of work somehow. So yes, at one point, you know, somebody steps up and makes something like that, and that is also one of the good places to go.
And do you work together or cooperate somehow?
With Indirect?
Yeah.
Yes, they invited us to be a part of the panel. The organizers of the Indirect are like having some bands that usually play at Exit, because we have a lot of slots, as I mentioned, and Serbian bands at one point come to the festival and play, and then it's only the matter they actually it's the matter when will they play. But yes, there is cooperation. We are not big country, we are not big market. You saw that, and so it's almost impossible to not have some sort of cooperation with somebody that is doing something similar to your own business. You know, it's like we are all in the same room, so we all know each other somehow.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah.
Stavros, Transparent Man, Thessaloniki.
Hello, can you hear me? Yes. So as most of you are also event and festival organizers, I would like to ask you what makes an event successful and how do you measure that success?
What do you mean by an event successful? Do you mean about your act or about, can you precise this?
Yes, I mean, everyone is different, and everyone, for example, from arts perspective, we are measuring the success different. For example, for someone it could be like the streams, for other it could be like a message that he receives. But from the perspective of organizers, what is this that make measure the success? Sorry, my connection is a little bit unstable.
I would say that the first thing that helps you measure success is ticket sales. And then the second thing is the percentage, if you're an annual event, is the percentage of audience that comes back to you year after year, because this means that you have good taste in choosing artists or program or whatever you're doing at your event, and they trust you with their money year after year.
Vlajcha?
Sorry, I'm not trying to actually, we tend more of the tickets for Exit is sold before the festival. Unfortunately, not all of them, but people buy in advance. So you have the ticket and you don't know what kind of event it is. And then the artists come and the audience comes back because of the beer, perhaps. And then you still don't know how good the event is. But remember this is like a nice lesson I'm doing by that. You have three main stakeholders in every event: artists, audience, and organizers. And imagine three circles. Inside of those three circles is your event when they overlap. If those three stakeholders, all three of them are happy, then the event is successful. If the artists are treated well, played in front of a lot of audience, have a good coverage, nobody stole their guitar, nobody beat them, the van came on time, then they are happy and met somebody, it's success for them. For the audience, nobody beat you, you could have a nice prices, you could see good music, you could learn something, you can connect with your favorite star, you can also learn somebody new, find your future spouse, it's success. For organizer, nobody dies, nothing burned, the bomb didn't explode, all the artists came into the country, you know, that sort of stuff, the event is successful. When those three things collide, then the event is truly successful.
I'd like to say one thing, sorry. I just recall the situation at Exit Festival when we met the Serbian police with my band. So we are really happy and we like the Exit Festival.
I would add that from the part of the audience, there are 2 more points if there are not long queues at the beer and enough toilets.
Thank you. We go to Taraban and Chris.
Hi, guys. I don't know if you've heard about this, but last weekend there was a Super Bowl event in the United States, and the main break was graced by the presence of Canadian artist The Weeknd, and I've read that every single artist that performs during the Super Bowl break is not being paid. There is only like $10 million for production that is money handed by the NFL. And in fact, The Weeknd this time upsold his performance because he added to the $10 million that was granted by the NFL for the production of his gig. He added $7 million of his own money in order to do this gigantic scale of an event inside another event. And my question is, what are good examples of tricking the situation into stealing over somebody else's audience? When you are supporting band, when you're opening up for somebody, and there are there is a significant amount of do's and don'ts, and you are always in the mix, you're always a little bit quieter than the main act. What have you seen already, or what have you heard of that made the supporting band more noticeable without breaching any contract agreement, any agreement within the contract of being the support act?
Wow, who can answer that? Tomek is laughing. Vlajcha wants to speak again. Okay.
Sorry, but these are the bands. This is somehow my stuff. Sorry for speaking constantly. Imagine this: all the support acts need to are existing in the world so that the audience can slowly and calmly fill the space for the headliner. That's the thing. And headliners are sometimes like very bad to their supports. When we had Guns N' Roses and they didn't allow all the bands before to use not even their monitors, and their monitors had to be put before the gates opened. You know, it is a midnight show, so the soundtrack for the headliner ends at 3 p.m. and then everything is put. So everyone played before that, like in front of some boxes that are covered in very ugly protection foils. So no stage, like if you have something beautiful to put on the stage, you cannot. But on the other side, you're playing before the Guns N' Roses, even though they are the band of old, blah, blah. It is something that every promoter invests most money to advertise headliner. So if your name is very close to that name, it means that I will spend like a lot of money to advertise headliner, but you are very close, and usually everybody that reads the headliner reads your own name too. Also, you usually put the bands like to have a story. There is always that unfortunate band when you have two bigger bands on stage, different genres, like very different genres, you have to put like a buffer. But when it's not that, you have everyone like in one story, if you understand. So it's a very big opportunity that the audience, like 20,000 people that will come for the headliner, and you are like 3 slots before, so in front of you will be 10,000 people, but there is very big opportunity that those 10,000 people will also like your music, because your music is similar to the music of the headliner, so perhaps you will get some more fans out there. And also it is always good to prepare yourself, be prepared to play on a big stages, because sometimes we recognize like, oh, they're scared of the big stage, and that happened to the bands. When you go to the stage, 30 point something, you know, a lot of people are pushing you around, you have to be quick, stand here. The bands have stage fright and they're not so good. So prepare yourself for the big stages. It's a great experience, but that experience will usually give you some footage. You know, if I'm recording the headliner, I will usually also record, because all of the equipment is there, also record all the bands before. So you will receive some footage probably, you will receive new fans, and you will get more advertising. So that's how you steal. You're not stealing, you're just photobombing there. That's the idea.
Thank you. I saw Juliana, which did not anymore, but I see Lucia. Lucia, maybe then.
Yes, hi. I just wanted to ask, whenever you go as delegates to other showcase festivals, do you appreciate it when the artists spam you? I mean, just send you emails or messages, or come to you and go like, hi, do you want to come to my concert tonight? What is going to make me annoying, and what is going to make this personal lobby situation okay? What's going to make me be annoying to you?
Yes, Anka.
I love when artists or their representatives are writing to me before their showcases when I go to other music business conferences, because this means they are really into their job, their stuff, and they're really doing the best they can to make sure that many delegates from that conference, relevant delegates for that particular band, are coming to their show. Because usually when the conference is big, and there are, you know, there are big conferences all over Europe where there are, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 places where artists are playing, and there are, you know, all over the town, and it's really hard to go from there to there. And you're again, you're going there, and you don't have the time beforehand to just listen to all the bands and, you know, make a list with what would you like to see and whatever, because you have other things to do and your own business to take care of. And so it's helpful if the artist is sending you an email, because, well, conferences do. They have databases with all the delegates listed there, so you can find them and write to them. And it's really, for me, it's really useful when an artist is writing to me, because then I will check his links and I will listen to his music, and then I will see if I want to go and see it or not. But it's helpful for me, and if it's helpful for me, it's helpful for the artist, because the chances are bigger for me to go to their show than if they don't write to me. But what could make you annoying is, like, you know, pushing too hard, like writing 15 emails 2 days before the concert, and writing me on the Facebook Messenger and Instagram Messenger and LinkedIn Messenger, and then whatever, you know, that can make you annoying. But do it in a normal, proper manner, and it will be helpful.
I agree with Anka to make this quick. After all these years, actually, there are very few emails coming from bands in showcases compared to all the bands that are playing somewhere. I'm amazed to see that most of the bands still are just going to play, and they don't think about connecting, sending emails, trying to get at least 5 minutes of attention from someone. So yes, even if many of the times the bands are not in my, let's say, genres, and the bands that I at least try to reply and to be kind. But I think, as Anka mentioned, it shows that the band understands why they are there. It's not about the 20 minutes or half an hour they will play. I think the most important part is to go and meet people and give some goodies, you know, and try to make contacts. I agree.
More than that, if you are an act playing in a showcase festival, again, don't limit yourself to the 20 minutes you're doing on the stage, but be there at the beginning of the showcase. Try to meet the other artists, connect with them, connect with their managers, connect with everybody there. Go to, you know, delegates, they all have the badges. Go to the delegates, read their badges, talk to them, do your networking. That's why you're there, not for the 20 minutes on stage. You are there to network, as well as all your colleagues and your representatives, and everybody who's there with you should push you as much as they can all over the place.
Media also always have time for interview, for something to give, for statement, this and that. Don't waste that opportunity. Don't burden the people with things to carry in hands. That's usually rejected. Mail is very cool. I don't have to carry email. But if the showcase is beginning and I'm looking like 20 bands that night, like with friends, I cannot carry with myself like a vinyl, even though it's beautiful or something, because I don't have where to put it. It's something that I will receive. I would be polite, thank you. But either I would give it to somebody to keep it for me, or I will lost it. But after the gig, emails are very cool, because then you can connect a mail with the face that you saw that night, and then it's not a spam, it's something, hey, those are these guys. Very cool, very, very cool. Also, I noticed a lot of guys are doing like tricks. Usually the organizations are doing that more often, but the Belgians in Eurosonic put the small beers. They brought a lot of small beers, very nice beer, and they put the lineup of their Belgian bands on that beer, and they issued that instead of the flyers. All of us had that flyers, for example. I think Estonians had like issuing food also, and then there is like small tricks, something.
Okay, guys, I'm the bad cop today, so time's up. So I hope that it was useful for you, but don't hesitate to contact us. And if you have any questions to anybody, just send an email and we will answer it if we can. So see you next week, and thanks for everybody.
Next week is a real workshop with Mandy. So there was that bug. If anyone has